Hello YouTubers, Manny here from Manny's How To Workshop, coming to you with part 6 of the tub to shower conversion. So in the previous video, I was prepping to go ahead and get the cement board mounted. So that's what I did in this part. I went ahead, as you can see on all three sides, I went ahead and mounted the cement board, and right there. And this is the screws that is recommended to use. Okay, it's called Rock On Durarock Wonderboard. It's 1 5/8, and it comes with a T25 bit as well. It's a nice little long bit. It's not the shorty ones. It's actually the longer one that can go into your impact driver. It's got the back end for the impact driver. So I went ahead also and put up these support boards right there on all three sides, and made sure that they were level, and made sure that they were the exact dimension of the tile plus the 3/16 inch gap that these tile are laid. So the tile is 11 3/4 inches. Yeah, 11 3/4 inches. So I added 3/16. That's 11 15/16. Right down the center, put my level there. You can see it's right on the money, right there on the side, and the front is also right on the money. Alright, bubble right in the middle. And I made sure that I leveled it between this one and that one. It was leveled. Between that one and this one was leveled. Basically, you take the level, you put it diagonally right across to get your ends, making sure that they match. This way you'll have a nice seam going all the way around. So as you can see, I've already laid my full tiles. So from this side all the way to that side, it takes exactly 1 2 3 4 5 tiles, and the gap came out pretty good. So because I think that's what happens every other row, like this row's got a partial, as you can see, and then the next row it's all, full pieces. And so I'm going to follow the same pattern here. I ended up just using the old tile because when I took these tiles off, they actually came out without breaking too many of them. So I saved a bunch just in case, especially this one that's already been pre-drilled with a hole for the that spout right there, which the owners decided to go ahead and keep. I guess to, if they want to wash their feet or something. But so that way there I can just put this back, and it's going to go right back over here like that. Alright, and then of course spaced, accordingly. Make sure I got my gap, and I have the spacers that I got from Lowe's to put in the joints, and they're the ones that I have. They call it T-spacer, so it actually fits, perfect, because I can put one here and put one on the other side, the long side here and the T going down, and it'll keep the gaps perfectly. So, and then I also went ahead and threw some mud between the drywall and the cement board. I actually put cement board all the way from the top all the way down, so it comes all the way to this edge right here on both sides. But I had to go ahead and do a transition so that when I came back with my tile, it was going to be pretty much leveled, all the way down, because my cement board was 7/16, and I think the sheetrock here is 1/2 inch. So there's a slight, 1/8 of an inch, or not even a 1/16 of an inch, but when I screwed it onto the wall, it actually went in a little bit more. So I had to make like a smooth transition there, to make sure that when I, like I said, come back with my tile, I don't have no bump outs. Which right here, I ended up having a bump out, and I knocked it down and then went back over it. So that's how you take care of that. Also right here in the bottom, I'm going to have to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it with a mortar. I'm going to go ahead and do like a transition from the top of the base of this pan to about here, and I'm just going to go and fan it out on an angle. You know, just keep going up and fan it so that it's, when the tile comes down, you know, it's not going to come down and then all of a sudden have like a little angle, which is going to be hard because the tile is going to have to go sit right above, you know, this flange right here. So if I go ahead and, like I said, make a smooth transition angled, I can put that tile down. It's only 2 rows, and this is going to be a smaller piece because you can see my full tile comes to the top of here, and then that smaller piece is going to come down to about there. And I measured it, I think it was like 9.5 inches or something. So that way there you won't notice too much of a difference on the wall. Because, I mean, when you walk in to the bathroom, when this is done, obviously I'm going to have the shower door there, so you won't really see that bottom too much. So you won't be, unless you're like right up against the wall, you're going to see just a little bump out. Okay? And this wall, for some reason, right there where the fixture is, I put a straight edge on there, and right there is like a bump, and it rocks back and forth like this, and it's not straight all the way across. But if you stand here, can you really see that? No, because the transition was smooth enough that, you know, to the eye you can't see that. But anyway, this is part 6 of the series. And as always, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Alright guys, take care and catch you on the next one. Bye.